How's it going, guys? It's Wexxim Investing here, and every once in a while I release these videos just covering the market for 5-10 minutes, just recapping everything that's happened and giving you some insights into the market. So without further ado, the videos tend to do really well, so I figured why not do it this week as well. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so China is moving very aggressively on the market. Some items have gone absolutely crazy. There's been drama, there's been pumps, and there's been a lot of misinformation flying around. So in this video, I want to break everything down clearly and talk about what to avoid and where I actually see some solid opportunities right now. So let's start with China. China has been moving hard in the market recently, and we've seen multiple items spike extremely fast. A lot of people have been asking how these moves are even happening and where they are coming from. Inside the Wexom Discord, a few of my members have been deciphering these messages day by day, translating and tracking what is being said inside of the Wind King related groups. Because of that, we've been able to follow many of these pumps almost as they happen. And this part is extremely important. Please stay away from these pumps. Even Wind King followers themselves are saying they lost a lot of money chasing these moves. These spikes happen very fast. Liquidity disappears completely and most people end up holding the bag. This is not investing, it's just pure speculation. And recently Wind King exited these first generation gloves, and this caused a lot of drama on the inside of the groups. There was confusion, frustration, and a lot of people are still holding positions when prices started to fall. Wind King himself even claimed that he lost some money on these trades. Regardless of what you believe, the takeaway is very simple. Do not invest in these hypes. Now let's move away from this completely. The case market is looking very strong. January started off with very high unboxing numbers, and this is exactly what we've been waiting for. After all of the recent updates we've been seeing over the past time, this was the key data point to see how demand would actually hold up. And so far, demand is absolutely there. The old discontinued cases are maintaining a high momentum. Prices aren't moving massively yet, but this could actually be a good sign. We're seeing steady demand, limited supply, and no panic. Hey, before we continue, I have to tell you about my own website, Wexxim Investing, where you can track all cases and check today's market. You can also see my investments and see my videos. And lastly, it's the place to join the biggest CS2 investing community out there. In the Discord, you can make friends, talk to people about investments, and ask any question you have about your own investments. After that, a great investor will give you a detailed breakdown in return of any question you have. In the Discord, we also offer buff balances, we offer giveaways, we offer graph analytics on all collection and cases, and we also have a bot tracking Chinese inventories, giving us early indication if an item is about to be manipulated. And we also have mass notification alert if any big update is coming into the game files, and I am honestly so happy to see what it has become during 2026. And I am positive that we will continue to grow this family. If you like CS2 investing, head on over to Wexxim Investing. Let's get into the video again, which could be a long-term investing opportunity. For example, in my recent video, I covered the total supply of the weapon case 1. Even Arrow covered my video. 40,000 cases.
Through the three, because now every time I'm going to be talking about the weapon case, I'm going to be using his estimation.
And the conclusion on a lot of these videos are that the supply is very limited on a lot of these older cases. Because of that, we're now looking at some very strong long-term positions, especially on, for example, the Weapon Case 1, Operation Bravo case, the Winter Offensive case, the Shattered Web case, and all similar discontinued cases with a fairly low supply. If you want to, you can always head on over to my website. On my website, you can check the total supply of many cases, at least an estimated supply. Now let's talk about Train. So Train is out and Anubis is coming in. So the big question is, does this mean the Train collection is leaving the Armory? Well, possibly. Train is currently the least opened collection in the Armory, but it's also the newest one. And as we know from cases, for example, the Snakebite just a few years ago, Valve doesn't care about how long something has been in the game. All they care about is how much money are they making. And I did a poll in my Discord, so from 200 investors, this is what they are thinking. The Elemental Craft stickers are still looking very good, charms are reaching all-time highs, and overall, the Armory is looking very stable right now. But honestly, nothing has really changed since last week's market update. Now moving on to Budapest, the sale is going to happen any day now. And once it does, we'll need a few days to gather some data, and then we'll be able to run some proper calculations. I personally will be buying some, but right now I really can't say too much. One possible angle is that you could be looking at the Train souvenir packages, especially since Train is leaving and it won't be available in future majors. Agents have been going up recently, exactly like we anticipated. A mix of FOMO, organic demand, and China. you can still find some decent entries out there if you're patient. Now let's talk about some specific items before we round this video up. The glove case blues, as my bot alerted in the Discord, have been seeing some crazy trends lately. The MP9 Hydra pumped into oblivion. If you own one, please sell it. Stockholm capsules are showing the typical pre-sale hype followed by a normal decline, and a good entry could be by next week, and keep the same logic when thinking about Antwerp and other capsules. Dreams and Nightmare and Recoil are currently fighting over who is leaving the active drop pool. Right now, I'm gonna be honest, it's probably gonna be Recoil. Even though the Dreams and Nightmare case is older, it just doesn't make sense for Valve to take out the Dreams and Nightmare case. Phoenix case is still under €5, honestly very nice to see, and top tier items are down overall. But when you take a deeper look into it, it's mainly these first generation gloves dragging things down. Other top items are still holding stable. That's been it for today's market update. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for checking in and have a wonderful day.